Good morning, students. So today we will start with the first lesson of your NCERT civics book. If you have the old edition, this would be lesson 2. If you have the new and revised edition, this is lesson 1. The name of the chapter is What is Democracy? Why Democracy? So first let us discuss what is democracy. So this word is nothing new for you. Democracy means a form of government which is for the people, of the people, by the people. What do we mean by it? A very basic definition which was given by Abraham Lincoln. For the people, लोगों के लिए, it is for us. Of the people, लोगों से ही बनता है ना, जो भी रूलिंग पार्टी या जो भी गवर्नमेंट होती है, that is a set of people coming together, a group of people coming together, and by the people. We elect for the people, of the people, by the people. But a very basic definition of democracy would be a form of government where the rulers or the representatives are elected by the people. So if you know this, after every 5 years election is conducted, and anyone who is 18 and above has the right to vote, can go and cast his or her vote, and that is how the election is contested, and whichsoever party gets the majority of seats or majority of votes forms the government. So democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. So if you see, the definition is given over here. A democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. This is a very basic definition. But there are certain features. I mean, this is not the only feature. There are certain countries where election takes place, but we cannot call those countries as democracy. Why? Because democracy does not have only this definition. This is a very basic definition. So one parameter to judge whether a country is democratic or not, that is election. But there are other parameters, other features as well. For an example, China also has this phenomenon. China में भी election होते हैं, but China cannot be called a democratic country because China does not give freedom of speech and expression. There are countries like Saudi Arabia, right to vote is not equally available to all the citizens. तो इस तरह के कंट्री में जहाँ सिर्फ इलेक्शन होता है लेकिन बाकी पैरामीटर्स फुलफिल नहीं होते हैं, we cannot call those countries as democratic countries. So before we come to this, which country is a democracy and which country is not, the better way of dealing with it is, we should first come to know what are the features of democracy. Other than election. Election is the most basic thing a democratic country should possess. But other than that, so that is the major essence of the lesson. What is democracy cannot only be realized by the means of an election. It has other features as well, under which the first is major decision by elected leaders, and herein there is a case study of country, that is Pakistan, our neighboring country. And with this country we are always in a tussle, in a state of war. Sometimes it is verbal and the other times it is real war. So you people need to watch news to keep yourself aware of the happenings around you, not only listening to the COVID-19 news. This is a stage, it would pass away. No phase is permanent in our life. So this is also not permanent. So when you listen to news, listen to other things as well. Don't only be attracted towards what is happening in context of COVID-19. It is a phase, it will pass away. Okay, so the first case study is of a country, major decision by elected leaders. So in Pakistan, what happened? Way back in 1999, the general of the military, that is the highest post of the military, Parvez Musharraf, he overthrew the existing government, the democratically elected government, that is the president who is the head of the country, was overthrown by the means of a military coup. इसको coup नहीं बोलते हैं, coup बोलते हैं, P is silent. एंड मिलिट्री कू का मतलब होता है द मिलिट्री बिकम्स ओवर पावरफुल एंड ओवरथ्रोज द एग्जिस्टिंग गवर्नमेंट। इन आवर कंट्री दिस कैन नेवर हैपन, मिलिट्री कैन नॉट बिकम दिस पावरफुल, बट इट हैपेंड इन पाकिस्तान। जो डेमोक्रेटिकली इलेक्टेड गवर्नमेंट थी उसको हटा के वहाँ की जो मिलिट्री में जो हाईएस्ट पोस्ट होता है जनरल परवेज मुशर्रफ, ही overthrew the existing government and became the chief executive of the country, that is the topmost leader of the country. And later he changed his designation or his post to president. In 2002 he also held a referendum. Referendum is a means by which public opinion is taken. He also held a referendum, and that referendum was full of malpractice and fraud, and by the means of this fraud mechanism he gave himself an extension of 5 years. And like in our country, if you watch news, and you must watch news, आपने देखा होगा कि मीडिया जो है वो सारा ट्रूथ हमारे सामने रख देती है, बीजेपी हो, कांग्रेस हो, आम आदमी पार्टी हो, whatsoever. But here that was not possible because that was a kind of a dictatorial government. General Pervez Musharraf had so much of power that he could overthrow the existing democratic government, and of course he would have other powers as well. The media of Pakistan, the human rights organization, they all claim that this referendum or taking public opinion was framed on malpractice and fraud, but nothing helped. In August 2002, he issued an order and got the Constitution of Pakistan amendment. Amend का मतलब होता है to bring changes. So he was so powerful that he could amend the constitution. And according to this amendment, the president can dismiss the national and provincial assemblies. Province मतलब होता है state. तो एक सेंट्रल लेजिस्लेचर होता है, एक स्टेट की अपनी लेजिस्लेचर होती है. आप झारखंड में हैं, हमारी अपनी लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली है, और एक दिल्ली में है जो सेंट्रल लेजिस्लेचर है. So he gave himself enough powers, and after passing this law, the actual power rested in the hands of whom? The actual power rested in the hands of General Musharraf, who was not actually the elected leader. उसे elect किसने किया था? Elect तो किसी और को किया था जिसने उसे हटा दिया. So we cannot call this as a democratic country. Election happens, election is conducted, but the decision is not taken by the elected leader. The decision is taken by a person who belongs to the arena of army, military. So it is a military rule. It is not a rule by the people who have been elected. So only contesting election does not make a country democratic. In a democracy, the final decision making power must rest with those elected by the people. But here who is taking the decision? Someone who was never elected by the people. So this is the first feature. The second feature is free and fair electoral competition. What do we mean by this term electoral competition? Election is a competition in itself. Number of parties they contest. So competition means what? There should be few people to contest. यहाँ तो है ही नहीं competition. कहाँ नहीं है? चाइना में. Now China is called as a communist country. There is only one political party. कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी. एक बड़ी पार्टी वही है, बाकी सब बहुत स्मॉलर पार्टीज हैं. पीपल हियर डोंट हैव चॉइस. यू कैन हैव टू थिंग्स. वन इज राइट टू वोट एंड द अदर इज राइट टू चूज. दीज आर टू डिफरेंट थिंग्स. चूज, राइट टू चूज तभी अवेलेबल हो सकता है ना जब मल्टी पार्टी सिस्टम हो, जैसे इंडिया में है. आप वोट करने जाएंगे तो बहुत सारी पार्टीज हैं, लेकिन आप वोट करने जा भी रहे हैं एंड यू नो दैट देयर इज ओनली वन पार्टी हु इज गोइंग टू विन ईयर आफ्टर ईयर, टर्म आफ्टर टर्म. इट डज नॉट मेक सेंस. देन यू ओनली हैव राइट टू वोट. सो इन चाइना इफ यू सी, इलेक्शंस आर रेगुलरली हेल्ड फॉर इलेक्टिंग द पीपल टू द कंट्रीज पार्लियामेंट, बट बिफोर contesting elections the candidate needs the approval of the Chinese Communist Party. This is the biggest party. This is going to win the election. So either the parties have to be allied to it, या तो इनके साथ जुड़ जाए, or they cannot form a government. The government is always formed by the Communist Party. Election होते हैं, लेकिन election का result सबको पहले से ही पता है. In that case, China cannot be called a democratic country. Only election does not solve the purpose. Are you offering choice to people? No, you are not. Then the next case study is of Mexico. Here also elections are held after 6 years. But until 2000, every election was won by a party called PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party. दूसरी parties election contest करती थी, but they could never win. Why? This PRI was a very powerful party. They used dirty tricks to win elections. जो गवर्नमेंट स्कूल के टीचर्स थे वो पेरेंट्स को थ्रेटन करते थे, यू हैव टू वोट फॉर दिस पार्टी. मीडिया वॉज नॉट फ्री टू शो व्हाट दिस पॉलिटिकल पार्टी वॉज डूइंग. दे कुड ओनली क्रिटिसाइज द ऑपोजिशन. पूरा का पूरा पोलिंग बूथ, द प्लेस वेयर वोट पीपल कास्ट देयर वोट, दैट इज पोलिंग बूथ. पूरा का पूरा पोलिंग बूथ कैप्चर हो जाता था. एंड मोमेंट पे दे कुड शिफ्ट द पोलिंग बूथ. It was very, very difficult for people to cast their votes independently, free and fair. Now this election cannot be called free and fair. Why? पहली बात तो ये fair है ही नहीं, हमारे पास right to choice नहीं, हमें पता है कि किसकी सरकार बनेगी. And the second thing, election is full of malpractice and fraud. That comes up to the second feature. A democracy must be based on a free and fair election where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. That happens in India. We don't know who is going to win. In 2024, BJP will come and form the government or not, we don't know. The other parties have a fair chance of winning. So that is all for today. In the next class, we'll continue with the next feature of democratic government.